We understand at the Diana Award the pressures that young people face. There's incredible amounts of young people under pressure to look right, pressure to get the right grades, pressures to get the right job, and the pressures are just endless. One of the things we do so well at the Diana Award is we have a mentoring program where we want to support, we offer opportunities of support to young people just to help them deal with those pressures, to take the edge sometimes off the pressures themselves, and also to be a positive influence sometimes in the midst of so much negativity. I'm really proud of our mentoring program, and the mentoring program is there to support any young person. So do refer your young people. If you think that your teenager, especially maybe teenagers or young people that's in sixth form who are unsure about career choices or who are under pressure for image or whatever, speak to us, get in touch with us, get onto our website. It's www.diana-award.org.uk. Find us on Facebook, it's The Diana Award, or on Twitter, it's @Diana Award, or you can find me on Twitter, it's @TTall, that's TTALL, that's TTALL. Thank you. The Diana Award does three things: encourage, empower, and engage. We encourage young people for the difference they make to their communities. We empower young people to reach their full potential, and we engage them in social action. That's what we do. That's the Diana Award.
What we do is we recognise and celebrate the main three qualities that Princess Diana really showed in her life. That's compassion, selflessness, and a willingness to go the extra mile for others. Young people across the UK are doing really inspirational and amazing activities without looking for kind of recognition for that.
I think the Diana Award shines a light on the positive part that young people can play in their schools, in their communities, in the world.
Princess Diana was someone who I grew up watching, I suppose, and she was someone who I aspired, I think, to be like. So to receive an award in her name, I think was something quite incredible. It was a real honour for me.
We have one main award, which is the Diana Award, but there's 5 categories where a young person can be nominated. Any young person can be nominated for any of these 5 categories.
The Diana Award is really important, I feel as though it really does help empower young people, helps change the stereotype of young people not being the best. Negative stereotype really flips that round.
The Diana Award to me isn't just about having a job to come to every day. It's about changing young people's lives and helping them to be better people and support their own communities.
The Diana Award means to me validation. It's all about validating young people, encouraging them, empowering them, and engaging them. That's what the Diana Award is.
Wow, there's lots for young people to actually learn from joining up to the Diana Awards.
Yes.
And then, so what would you say to that mom who is out there and is wondering about her child? How, especially with the bad press about young people, what would you say to that mom? How can you help that mom help a young person?
Just thinking that I'm a mom myself. I've
Yeah.
got 2 teenagers, and one thing I always say to my children: do not sit on your backside. Get off your backside and make a difference. Sometimes as parents, we overprotect our children, but one day they get into this competitive world and things get really tough.
That's true.
We need to get our kids making a difference. Look for the little thing, and aside from the fact that it's touching the life of someone, that young person will benefit. I've seen it. I'm incredibly passionate about this. I know the difference it makes in the lives of young people. I've seen young people who are incredibly shy, and having done a bit of volunteering, you see the confidence these young people come up with, because they feel good about making a difference. They feel like they're part of a team. They learn certain skills, like I said earlier, that are not taught at school. So it's important to find something, keep your child busy. We also know, like I said earlier, that the devil finds work for idle hands. Keep your child busy. Find something that they can get involved in and just get them out there.
I think we should emphasize that. Tess is saying, if you're a mom and you have a young person at home, no matter how young they are, get them out there, get them to contribute to the society, give back to the community.
Absolutely, yes.
And then get them out there, like you said. Contact Tessy, she'll find work for them.
Oh yes, promise.
You're happy to do that?
Oh, yeah, totally. I mean, we have, at the moment, we have over 7,000 young people who are anti-bullying ambassadors across the UK.
Wow.
We are, in the new year, we are expanding our work into Europe, and that's again getting a lot of young people to tackle bullying. You see, the thing that makes it really real is that it's not about getting young people to do something that they're not interested in.
Yeah.
It's getting young people to get involved in something that potentially would affect them.
Positively.
Absolutely. If you get a band of 10 young people together and ask them how many of you have experienced bullying, you will be surprised that over 6 out of those 10 have experienced bullying firsthand or knows someone that's experienced it. And so if you're saying to a young person, join in this campaign to help tackle bullying, you know, and we do it I tell you, when we do it in this fun way, you should come and witness one of our anti-bullying days.
Yeah.
It's mad, it's crazy, it's fun, it's exciting.
Okay.
That young people have to sign up for a whole year.
Okay.
And I tell you what, we have no dropout rate, because the young people, when they sign up, they have 12 months to be a campaigner. By the time they're up for 12 months, they're asking us, can I stay on?
Wow.
That's incredible. I've got an amazing team that runs this campaign, and I'm so proud of them.
Yeah, then you took young people to Facebook recently, didn't you?
We did. So we have, again, this is part of our safety campaign. We have, so part of our anti-bullying ambassadors program, we have a youth board of about 14 young people who are from all over the country, and they sign up for 12 months to be part of the youth board.
Okay.
See, we believe that when anything we do, we have young people at every level. So they're involved in shaping the program, and they're also involved in delivering the program.
Oh, so the shape and the deliver.
Absolutely.
Okay.
So we took the youth board off to Facebook's headquarters in Dublin a couple of weekends ago, because we know that cyberbullying is real. Cyberbullying happens. Over 90% of young people are on Facebook. However much we want to ban young people, Facebook officials' age is 13.
It's 13, yes.
We know that there's young people younger than 13 on Facebook. And so it's important to teach young people how to keep safe. So what we did was if we could take all the ambassadors to Facebook, we would have. Yeah. But we took the youth board to meet the safety team. Dublin is the European headquarters for Facebook. Okay. So we took this youth board off to meet the safety team, so they can understand how Facebook, understand the safety procedures on Facebook, and also hear directly from these young people,
the end users, yes,
exactly how they want to be kept safe. And so this 14 young people's project for the whole year is to go about the country and spread the news to young people across first start from their communities where they live in, and then eventually roll it out. So other young people understand how to keep safe, what do you do when you're being bullied, how do you report an abuse, and how do you make sure your abuse that you've reported is being monitored. And so it was really exciting, and for me it was an eye-opener, because there were things I didn't know happened on Facebook that I got to know on that weekend.
Can you share some of the secrets?
I mean, one of them is they have it's like a notice board. So when you report something, you can actually track when it's been read, when it's been reviewed, so you can track everything happening when an incident had been reported, and which is really good. It's comforting to know, especially for a young person who's either been cyberbullied, or who sometimes somebody says something to you and you're not happy. You want to just report it to Facebook, and you want to know that someone's dealing with it.
Hi, I'm Joe Plum. I got my award for anti-bullying work that I did in the schools, the community. from the Diana Award in 2010. I got it for working with safeguarding boards, I did accreditations, schemes in schools. I also worked with Ofsted, so like if there was bullying occurring in the school, then we'd see how the teachers would kind of deal with the situation. If it wasn't dealt with properly, then the school would kind of have a disciplinary, because of safeguarding reasons it needs to be dealt with in the right way. My journey with the Diana Awards hasn't stopped. It never does stop at the Diana Award. They keep you going, you're always involved. It's a life award. You're part of a big family. Today, I wouldn't have been here today if it wasn't for the Diana Awards. I'm actually emceeing the event, and the Diana Award they empower young people. They encourage, they inspire us to reach our goals and just to make us the young people we are today.
So you're a bit of a global citizen, aren't you?
Well,
You were born in the UK.
I am, yes.
And you grew up in Europe.
Yes.
And you studied in Africa.
Yes.
Tell us about yourself.
Oh Lord, have we got time? I'm just so grateful for. I had wonderful parents. I have wonderful parents. My mom sadly passed away about 11 years ago now. I'm one of 7 children.
Wow.
Which is typical of, African setups. But I think the best part of it is I'm the only girl.
Okay,
So I'm
6 brothers.
That's correct.
Wow.
So I was born a princess, I think. And
How fitting that you work for
I
that.
know.
Yeah.
I know. So I had such a lovely childhood, and I just, I'm so grateful for the parents that I have. I've got wonderful siblings. My brothers, I'm sandwiched right in the middle of the boys.
Okay.
So I've got olders and I've got youngers, and yeah, that's me really.
So how did you become CEO of Diana Awards?
I became chief exec of the Diana Awards my first degree was biochemistry, so I studied biochemistry and I began to work as a biochemist, and I really didn't enjoy it, which I'm sure if my biochemistry teacher is watching, apologies, really apologize. I was a good student, but I just didn't enjoy it as a career, and so I went into work for IBM, and I worked for a few corporate organizations, and it was fine. What I found that I had no massive satisfaction from what I did.
Okay.
My mom, before she passed away, was a head teacher. She'd been a head teacher most of my life, really, and she got us involved in volunteering. I guess that's where my passion for volunteering came. My mom wanted to run every club going in her school, and she would say to me, "Oh, come and help with the dance club, come and help with this," and I just got involved, and I suddenly, I think, began to miss that. Being in the corporate sector was great, but I just really missed that, and I wanted to do something that made me feel I was contributing to society. So when I had my youngest son, who's almost 14 now, that was in 2000, I decided I wanted to take a break.
Okay.
And I wanted to just explore what it is I really wanted. I think at that point I narrowed my choices to about 3 options, and the charity sector was one of those options. I guess the really interest, if I look back now, I had no friend who worked in the charity sector. In fact, I didn't know that there was a charity sector.
Wow.
So it was quite, I think when I did tell some of my friends at the point that I was going to work for a charity sector, a lot of people thought I meant charity shop.
Okay.
That was because
Yeah.
most people I knew at the time just didn't do charity, and so it was quite a big step to decide that I wanted to A, go into the charity sector, B, going into the charity sector at the time meant that I had a £13,000 pay cut.
Wow.
Now, I had 2 kids.
Yes, I was going to say that. Yes.
I had 2 kids under the age of 3 because my youngest was about 8 months at this time, and I had a daughter who was just 2, who was just over 2. And it was, how do you decide to have a huge pay cut when you have a bigger family? But it was something I was passionate about. And I'm incredibly blessed to have a most wonderful husband who said, if this is what you want to do, just go for it.
Wow.
And I did. And I remember going for I noticed the Diana Award. When I began to search for jobs in the charity sector, one day my local paper, I noticed an advert for the Princess Diana Award, and I thought, oh, that sounds interesting. I'm just going to go. I'm just going to apply. And I did, and I got called to an interview. And at the end of it, I was told I was overqualified, and so I couldn't have the job. Interestingly, I got calls back, and I was told, well, we're going to slightly modify the role, and it might be good for you. To be honest, I didn't even mind. I just wanted to get into the charity sector, and I saw that as it had so many buzzwords. It had young people, which is my huge buzzword. Okay. And I thought, I just want that job, whatever. Even if they said come and volunteer, I would have gone in as a volunteer because, again, I love volunteering. And so 10 years on, I have had 3 roles within this organization, and I'm the chief executive today, and I'm incredibly excited about it.
Wow. So you've come a long way.
I have, I think.
So what I've learned from what you've said is it's important to follow your passion, especially if you're dissatisfied with where you are.
Yes.
And then to aspire to be better and to do more.
Yes. Do you know, a lot of us, I've seen so many people who get to the end of their careers and think, I should have done this, I should have done that. A lot of us are too scared to make a move.
Yeah.
You're just stuck in a rut and you're too scared to do anything different. You know, like I said, when I wanted to get into the charity sector, I didn't necessarily share that with the whole world. I knew that's what I wanted to do. I know, speaking to a couple of people at the time who thought I meant I wanted to work in a charity shop, because it just was not a popular thing to do, but it was what I wanted to do, and I just followed my passion. It's important to follow your passion. Don't settle. You know, we settle. A lot of times we settle for that's just all right. That will do. Don't settle. Just sometimes you need you need 10 other things to fill a gap whilst you're pursuing. But most important, don't stop pursuing. Don't settle.
The Diana Award really helped me in gaining confidence. I learned that it's okay to be different. A lot of young people nowadays live in a society and they just want to follow the crowd. But I learned that it's okay to be different and to be myself. And I think the Diana Award really helped me to understand that every young person in themselves are unique and that you should really be proud of who you are. Any young person listening to this, whatever background you're from, wherever you live, you can get involved. Google the Diana Award, search them on Twitter at Diana Award and on Facebook. If you'd like to know more, then please do check out their social media websites.
Diana Award does three things: encourage, empower, and engage. We encourage young people for the difference they make to their communities. We empower young people to reach their full potential, and we engage them in social action. That's what we do. That's the Diana Award.
What we do is we recognise and celebrate the main three qualities that Princess Diana really showed in her life. That's compassion, selflessness, and a willingness to go the extra mile for others. Young people across the UK are doing really inspirational and amazing activities without looking for kind of recognition for that.
I think the Diana Award shines a light on the positive part that young people can play in their schools, in their communities, in the world.
Princess Diana was someone who I grew up watching, I suppose, and she was someone who I aspired, I think, to be like. So to receive an award in her name, I think was something quite incredible. It was a real honour for me.
We have one main award, which is the Diana Award, but there's 5 categories where a young person can be nominated. Any young person can be nominated for any of these 5 categories.
Diana Award is really important, I feel as though it really does help empower young people, helps change the stereotype of young people not being the best. Negative stereotype really flips that round.
The Diana Award to me isn't just about having a job to come to every day, it's about changing young people's lives and helping them to be better people and support their own communities.
The Diana Award means to me validation. It's all about validating young people, encouraging them, empowering them, and engaging them. That's what the Diana Award is.
Wisdom for Women International and Keep the Faith presents the 10th Wise Women Awards 2014. These awards are presented to Christian women across denominations in UK who are making impact in churches and wider society. Awards categories include business, music, mission, Christian leadership, and much more. Nominations begin 9th of December 2013 and close 16th of February 2014. To nominate, please visit wisewomenowards.org. Award date March 29th, 2014. Venue the Gorman Tower Hotel, Catherine Way, London, E1W 1LD. For details of nominations, awards, ticket sales and other inquiries, please call 0208 800 6001. Visit us online at wisewomenowards.org.